Alright guys, so this time around I'm going to show you Blue by Rob Papen. It is quickly becoming one of my favorite synthesizers just because of the sheer raw power it has. You have so many options and so many things you can do. I mean, you see the top half of the synthesizer looks the most complicated, but when you get to looking at this bottom screen and all the different things you have, I mean, you can really just go crazy with this synthesizer. So first thing you want to do is just load any preset and hit clear. Don't worry, it does not delete the preset, it just clears out the synthesizer. And then you're going to want to click algorithm and go to algorithm 27 by using these arrows here. I think you can also do this. Yeah, you can right click and just go to 6 operator FM, and it says top one right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is turn off oscillator A by clicking that letter, turn on F, and if we look down here at the oscillator page, you see that D modulates E, which modulates F. So if you had D or E on but not F, you would not have any sound. So I'm going to leave F as a sine wave, and I'm going to turn it down by 12 steps is what Blue calls it, but it's semitones. By the way, the readout is right here where my cursor is currently at. And let's go ahead and take a listen. This is a C5. I'm going to boost the volume on this so you guys can hear it. Alright, it might still be a little loud. Now that's a pretty deep sub type of sound there, so some computer speakers may not be able to hear that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on E. And I'm just going to leave it how it is, and I'm going to play it. And you can hear it's got like a bell resonance type of sound to it now, because this is frequency modulating this, which means this oscillator changes the frequency of this one. So I'm going to go ahead and tune this one down by 12 as well. Now it sounds like this. And I'm going to go ahead and change the waveform to like a res. I really like that. That sounds really good. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn on D, and I'm going to also turn it down by 12 steps. Now you don't have to turn them all by 12 steps. Keep that in mind. You can tune things differently. You can use wave shaping with this knob here going down to this screen here. And you have so many options. This is just touching the surface. So now it's going to sound like this. So down here at C4 it sounds like this. And I like that. It's got a nice squelchy sound to it. So over here in F, you see effects A is the destination. I'm going to change that to filter A. So now this is routing through filter A. And I'm going to change it to a 24 dB low pass and turn it up, frequency up, and let's take a listen. This is a C4. So you can hear it's kind of already cut off some of the highs. I'm going to give it some resonance, a little bit of distortion. And before I go any farther, I'm going to go to global, mono, portamento is a constant rate, and the time is this. I'm going to turn it up to speed up some. Even a little more. Even more. I like that. And now let's start getting it wobbling. So I'm going to click the LFO tab, filter A, turn on the sync, and click and drag this speed bar over to 1/8 star, which is like 1/8 triplet, but it just matches up to the tempo better, it seems. So here we have a wobble going that quick. So I'm going to go ahead and mute F right now. D and E are still on, but you don't hear anything when I press the key. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on C, and I'm going to set it to additive Sol 1. I'm going to turn it down 12 steps again, and then I'm going to set this to auditive digix. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. And I'm going to actually tune this one up by 12 steps just to hear how it sounds. I haven't tried this yet. I don't like that. Now that matches up with this sound pretty good. Organ 1 modulating saw 1 with the tunings that I have fits. And again, I need to route this to filter A. And I'm going to go ahead and turn F back on. So I'm really liking that. Let me check my time so I see how much I can do here. Cool, I've only used about 5 minutes, so we're good. Now, with filter A, I am now going to click it, and I want to route it to filter B. Well, where's that? What you got to do is click serial, which means that these run in series, which means it runs through this and then the next in the series, which is obviously B. So I am going to turn this to a comb and turn the resonance up just a little bit. Give it some more growl. I like that. And B is already routed to effects A, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to put a ensemble on it, and I found that this is a very nice little effect to use because it makes it just sound great. Just take a listen. Now you hear the lower I start going that the FM kind of starts losing its punch. So you got to kind of figure out which notes will sound good with your synthesizer. And now let's go ahead, and if you remember, A is not affected by anything, oscillator A. So you could turn on this and set it to dry so it's not going through any filters or any effects or anything. And you could turn this down by, let's say 24. I'm not really sure how deep this. That might be too deep. But basically what I'm trying to do with this is put my sub. Yeah, that's right, because you can see right now, that's this oscillator. If I turn it off, it won't be there as much. Well, I might have been wrong there. Let's turn this up by 12 and see what happens. Turn it to 12. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at minus 24. My headphones, I can't really hear subs quite that deep. And I'm not going to turn my speakers on to take a listen because you'll get that annoying feedback from my microphone being too close. So I might actually leave A off just because I can't hear how it's sounding. So over here in my mixer channel, I know you can't see it right now. Just give me a second and I'll fix that. So here's my mixer. And here's my microphone. Just ignore that. I'm going to go to Blues channel and I'm going to put a free plugin called CMT Bit Crusher. Looks like this right here. I'm going to click this right here, which sets it to distortion type 2. I'm going to give it some drive, and I'm going to turn down the bit depth. And when it does this, it's going to turn up the volume. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that down to try to counteract it. And now you can hear. And you could layer a sub under that to give it that nice bass that you want, and you've got a nice wobble. Let me see what my time here, and we'll decide. Yeah, I don't have time to show you what I was just thinking of, but I've also had luck with using a multi-envelope and the modulation matrix here to control the LFO speed so that the speed changes just when you're holding down a key, to make it seem like you're using like a mod wheel or something to modulate it. But yeah, that's it for this tutorial. Hope you learned something from it. If not, well, watch it again. I'm sure you will. Red Raven out.